Hey everybody, this is Mitch from Boardco, and I am here today with some of the new offerings from Hyperlite for 2020. I've got the Motive and Divine Wakeboard that I'll run you through. These are two boards that are specifically designed for kids and have some great features and characteristics specific for them. They both come out of the same mold, which means they're the same board shape, same board design. The only difference is that they come in different graphics depending on if it's for a little guy or a little girl, just depending on what you're looking for in the board. They also come packaged with boots. This is the Jinx binding for the Divine. You also have the ability to put the Remix binding, which is the same boot, just in black colors that matches the board that you can do on the Motive. So a few things I wanted to show you on these boards. On the Motive shape here, the first thing I wanted to talk about is the fin design on the bottom of the board. So you see it's got a combination of some smooth molded in rail shapes here on the sides and then a center fin here in the middle that is removable. The great thing about this is you have the ability to take this center fin in and out to add a lot of stability, or you can remove it and take it to just a really kind of slippery feel on the board, or you can even change the fin out and go from a 1.3 inch fin to a smaller fin and just give it a little bit looser feel. This is going to be great for kids depending on what they're learning to do. If they're just getting up and wanting to ride, having that center fin in is great. If they're wanting to learn how to do things like 180s on the board, you can take that center fin off, and it's going to just allow them to maneuver that board around a lot easier when they're out there on the water once they're comfortable riding on it, and just using these two little side fins to get some additional traction. You've also got a really smooth rocker line on these boards. Rocker is the bow that goes from the tip to tail and kind of the arc that the board follows. This one has a continuous rocker, which means that the curvature is a continuous flow from one side to the other. It doesn't have big flat spots through the center of the board. The arc doesn't get quite as exaggerated through the middle, but it isn't a big flat spot. What that's going to do is it's going to do a few things. First off, it's going to be a really smooth, controlled feel when the board is riding through the water. It's not going to have a flat spot that the board's going to want to rock and lock into. It's going to just feel nice and smooth and controlled. So regardless of where the little ones put their weight, it's going to give them a nice smooth feel when they're out there on the water. The next thing it's going to do is once they're ready to learn how to do things such as wake jumps, it's going to leave the wake in a really smooth, controlled arc. It's not going to give them the big buck or snap off the top of the wake. It's just going to be nice and smooth, so that as they're learning to do things like jump the wake or learning to do tricks, they can just take a nice smooth edge, get a little bit of pop, and come down and land really nice and soft. It's going to give them the right type of building blocks that they need so that they can progress and become better at wakeboarding and build more confidence without getting hurt or getting beat up when they're out there riding. So both those characteristics are available on the Motive and on the Divine. They're great boards out there for kids for learning and progressing and building their confidence out on top of the water. We are really stoked about helping kids get out there so that they can learn to ride and progress, because they are the future of being able to do wakeboarding, wake surfing, marsh skiing, or just having fun out there on the water. And we want to help you and your family have fun out on the water ourselves. So we hope this has been helpful. If you need any help doing anything, whether it's teaching your kids how to wakeboard or any help on getting the right type of stuff set up for them, give us a call, shoot us an email, let us know how we can help. Also check out boardco.com for more information. We appreciate it a ton, and we'll talk to you later.